You know, in this chaotic day and age, it's important to stop and remember what's going to stick with you for the rest of your life. What's really important. Or we can talk about prom. Prom. So Prom is the Disney story about, well, prom. Which I gotta admit, me watching this movie, I felt like a pedophile in the movie theater. I'm just sitting there watching a movie about prom. But there's a part of me that can kind of understand where this movie's coming from, because every generation, every 10 years or so, has their high school movie. Whether it be Dazed and Confused, Can't Hardly Wait, or American Pie, now Prom. The only thing, Prom is PG, so it's, yeah, not really high school-ish. It's a movie about prom and high school for kids who watch the Disney Channel. So you got a bunch of high school characters that are usually in high school movies. You know, you got the shy normal kid, you got Little Miss Perfect, you got the guy who acts really badass but has a heart deep down inside. Ah, shit, wrong movie, sorry. And there are a few characters in this movie, but ultimately the main story revolves around the guy who, you know, he pretends to be hardcore and the chick who's all Miss Perfect. They get paired together to put together prom. And yeah, even when you're in your 20s, it's kind of fun to look in on these movies and be like, oh yeah, that's me right there. I was just like that kid. And then you remember you can be doing anything else. But most anyone can relate to a character in this movie. I was straight up nerd. I didn't even go to my prom. I honestly stayed home so I can beat Metal Gear Solid. True story, that's what happened. I really didn't come out of my shell until, you know, 19. I mean, it comes down to the acting's not that great. The characters aren't that established because they're supposed to be hollow because they're supposed to be characters that you fill in with yourself. You're supposed to see yourself in them like a mirror and shit. Ultimately, if you're one of the naive people who believes that prom is the end-all be-all of human existence, then you're gonna like the movie Prom because that's what it's all about. If you're one of the realists who knows that you're not gonna remember prom like after you graduate, because it's a fact, you won't, and you'll give the rating that I'll give it, which is, I'm not gonna say it's alright, it's just that you won't remember it in T-minus your graduation. There are movies that I remember loving in high school that I'm sure if I watch them now, I'll be like, what's the point of that? I'm sure this is one of those movies, like it's not meant to reflect back on, it's meant to enjoy in the moment, as you're in high school. Moment you graduate, irrelevant shit. But if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.